It's a man named Ramzu Yunus claims he's taking over the city. He's taking over the city. He's taking over the city. For hours this morning, police were prepping for this arrival. Canines swept the building. A helicopter kept eyes in the sky, while a SWAT team and bomb squad were assembled inside.
We're going to control the city. It's ours.
Take over, we're going to take over, we're going to take over.
Juan Bautista Vidó, nacido en la isla de Santa Lucía. Hay un desconocimiento de nuestra hermandad con África y de nuestro origen africano, como ahorita. En Estados Unidos hay una gran población de origen africano. Hay un movimiento llamado Black People, gente negra, que pretende declarar la independencia en Estados Unidos de la población de origen africano. Y el próximo 17 de septiembre va a ser un pronunciamiento en Washington y en Detroit, que dirige Ramzu Yunus. O sea, hay una situación de cambio que no la percibimos en la cotidianidad, pero que va a transformar.
Peace, everyone. I hope and pray that everyone is doing well. I was going to give you a brief message. Earlier today, I put up a post on Facebook, shared an article about the Venezuela and Iran and the $600 billion reparations package or deal for us in America. Even though I'm out of America right now, I'm down in South America dealing with Venezuela. But before I get into that, I want to briefly go over the other news that we announced, the event on March the 23rd, which will enact the $600 billion and the trillions of dollars of city assets that we have all around America. That day or event is called Reparations Day, or Reparations Day of Self-Determination. Self-determination meaning choosing our own political status and determining our own cultural, social, and economic development. That's self-determination. I don't know about that definition that you're getting ready to go over in Kwanzaa. That's not really self-determination. But to get these reparations, we need self-determination. To have the power to grant ourselves reparations, we have to have the power of self-determination. The flyer you see says, or the heading of the event says, honoring the covenant, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. This is the top law of the world that all nations must abide by. Number 1 states that everyone has a right, all peoples have a right to self-determination. We were never given that option. They let us off the plantation and we couldn't determine our political status. We had to submit to the same political masters that had us in slavery and still have us in neo-slavery and under terrorism. So March the 23rd, we're going to stand up and exercise. In every city, by the masses, we're going to stand up and exercise our right to govern ourselves. Otherwise, how do you think you're going to get reparations? Who's going to give it to you? Who's going to give you justice? Surely not the ones who took justice from you. Surely not the ones who owe you reparations will not give it to you. It has to be done, yes, through legal and political means. But who has the inherent political power? The millions of us, or the few hundred or several hundred in government? The millions of us have the power, and we will evoke that power on March the 23rd. We'll be going over some of those later posts and videos explaining to you how you can exercise your power. But in the meantime, read that covenant, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, and know what you have a right to do. Know the power that you have inherently. Otherwise, continue to be victims. Now to the news that everybody wants to hear and an explanation of. And yes, it is real. I'll put up right now some pictures of me, and of course you probably saw them already, in the Venezuela Oil Company External Director's office, Now I'm going to put up also a picture of me fresh off the plane. I went into the Iranian oil company office without even getting dressed. I had my white hoodie on that I wore on the airplane. And I took a picture holding up the contract. But there's always a catch to something so great. That catch is you have to stand up and exercise your political authority. You have to be self-determined in order to do such deals. Especially with those countries because they are under sanctions. No one can transact with them. If you read the article, you would know that by now. But no one can transact with those countries. But we can if we take our political authority that's inherent in us. That we have the power to do so. So yes, family. Please, as the article says, or as I said in the post, download the app. That's the Reparations app. That's the portal through which we will receive these reparations and transact, and it can't be blocked by the United States government. These things have been in development for a while. I've been down here for months, but it started months before that. It's a very serious situation. Of course, I know what I am doing. I will put up also a picture of my mandate from President Mugabe 10 years ago when I was importing fuel into Zimbabwe and working in that whole area of Southern Africa. And then Mugabe let me represent him to other countries. That's how I met Hugo Chavez and other leaders around the world. So this is nothing new for me, but instead of doing it for the people of Zimbabwe and Southern Africa, I'm doing it for us in the United States. But I need your help if you want to benefit from it. I just got the phone with one of my investors from years ago, a guy who invested about $500,000 some years ago in our fuel company. He questioned the fact that I was just distributing the money amongst the people. But I told him it couldn't happen without the people. It belongs to the people. It needs massive support. It needs the power of self-determination to make this happen. And we have to invoke that power. March the 23rd, or before then. If we can get enough people, we can invoke that power before March the 23rd. Surely everyone listening wants $100,000. Surely. Go on the app and register and participate. Pay attention to what we got going on and study for one thing. Study the covenant. Study your laws. Study your human rights laws and know that we can do this. We have a right to do this. Or we can just might as well bow out and continue to go on decade after decade and let our children inherit poverty and inherit injustice. So it's on us. Signing out, family. Peace. Peace, everyone. Yeah, I shot that video actually yesterday, but I wanted to see the reaction of everyone before I add a few more words to it. And yes, I want everybody to know that this is very serious. That's why I put the first part on this video, so that you can see who I am, what I stand for, and that I take things serious. This is not a joke. We are really taking power. That's the only thing that would allow us to benefit from reparations and to even interact with people like Venezuela and Iran. Because no, they are not just depositing $600 billion into our accounts. They're giving us hundreds of billions of dollars of resources available to transact where we can make that money. Because we have the political power to, or we can take the political power to transact. It takes us taking independent political control of the areas in which we live, our cities. Then we will have jurisdiction to do those transactions and receive that money. And also control the whole city, control the assets of those cities, of our cities, which are worth trillions of dollars, not just $600 billion. And there are more countries on board. I've been talking with leaders everywhere, even in bigger countries. But no one is going to put their necks on the line, on the chopping block, for people who won't stand up for themselves. So once everyone sees our momentum, which the momentum is there, it's growing, then they will stand up for us on our behalf and assist us. But everybody, we have to do something for ourselves and stop looking at other nations in the first place. So let's stand up, let's unite. Register on the app, which you'll be joining the people as a political entity so we can influence this and take our power. Otherwise, we're powerless. We're just victims. There'll never be reparations unless we take action. Let's make it happen, family. Peace.
Power to the people. Power to who?
God damn it.
Is Donald Trump of our people?
No. No, sir.
Is he murdering police of our people?
No, sir.
Is the government, do they represent our people?
No, sir.
Then why they got power then?
We give it to them.
It's such man that they deem expedient. Okay? Where did Tamir Rice die at? Where did he get killed by them terrorist pigs at? Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, Ohio. Here's the Ohio Constitution. Article 1, Bill of Rights, Section 2. All political power is inherent in the people. Government is instituted for their equal protection and benefit, and they have the right to alter, reform, or abolish the same whenever they may deem it necessary. Come on now. As soon as I got here back from Africa, I went to Maryland, and they killed Freddie Gray the same day I got to Maryland.
Yes, they did.
What's the Maryland Constitution? Declaration of Rights. Article 1. That all government of right originates from the people, is founded in compact only, and instituted solely for the good of the whole, and they have at all times the inalienable right to alter, reform, or abolish their form of government in such manner as they may deem expedient. And last but not least, here's where did Mike Jones die at? What state was that? Not Mike, yeah, Mike Jones. Where did he get shot at? Y'all was out there. Where did Mike Jones get shot at? Mike Jones. I'm talking about Mike Jones. Back then, they didn't want Missouri.
Ferguson, Missouri.
Mike Brown. Right. Mike Brown. Ferguson, Missouri. Bill of Rights, Section 1. That all political power is vested in and derived from the people. That all government originates from the people. Is founded upon their will only. Section 3. The people of this state have the inherent, sole, and exclusive right to regulate the internal government and police thereof, and to alter and abolish their constitution and form of government whenever they may deem it necessary to their safety and happiness. As Isaiah said, we got to learn to do right, man. They say we can abolish the government. They say we regulate the police. So what do we have to hands up, don't shoot me. Submitting our will, said their will. Our will only. They must submit to our will, but we so hang on we submit to their will.
Yes, sir.
Come on, don't shoot.
Yes, sir.
Give me some land, give me some freedom. Give me some justice, no justice, no peace. No one say, look, we got some Panthers out here. Those are new police. Go around them, crack the police up, fire them, bring the one who shot them. We're going to hang them by sundown. That's what we have the power to do.
That's right. That's right.
That's how the American government was set up.
That's right.
We want to rally behind that. This is the year.
This is the year
That we get free.
that we get free.
This is the year.
This is the year
That we get free.
that we get free.
Don't be playing with that. Let's get out there and make something happen. Black power.
Black power. Black power.
Deriving their just powers, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government.
Travis, and I voted.
Hi, Nicole Perkins, and I voted.
Denisha Smith, and I voted.
Erin Snyder, and I voted.
All right, Marcus Strickland, I voted.
White. Hi, I'm Tamika Briggs, and I voted.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Good.
I'm Tori Coleman, and I voted.
Very good.
Lakia Taylor, and I voted. My name is Shemaya Stamps, and I voted.
Robert Legal, and I voted.
Hi, I'm Amir Cohen, and I voted. Hi, I'm Bianca, and I voted.
I'm Preston Griffin, and I voted.
Jonathan Rose, I voted.